And this is Megan. This does look like her dress, doesn't it? Here's her weave. It's all right here. This is all we need to see. This is all we need to see. Um, I do know about, the whole thing with Willie. Oh, here, even she even now has a little purse there. Um, Harry, or excuse me, Harry and Meghan calling the media and trying to get them there so they could do a walkabout. It's because she's insane. She's insane. She's absurd. She has narcissistic personality disorder. She has a personality disorder, a disease. She's sociopathic. She thinks the whole world revolves around her, even though it doesn't. She doesn't even know. I think she was wiped out of her ass. I really do. When I say that, I mean, I think she was wasted. I think she had been partying because you didn't hear from her for like 24 hours. You knew she was up to no good. She couldn't let Harry go, right? Like every time like they were with each other, like even when he let her in the car and got her into the car and opened the door for her, it was like, somebody else could have opened that door too, but it doesn't matter. Okay. But it was like he had to basically be touching her until she looked at him like, you're going to get in right away. You are, right? You're going to get in, right? I mean, get over right now. Get in this car. Don't you dare leave me alone for 1 second. Because she won't let Harry alone with other people because she's so paranoid and so narcissistic. She has to make sure the narrative is her narrative at all times, even though it's the wrong one. She has to talk people into she has to convince people that it's her. She probably is sitting back at her place at Frogmore right now. And it's another thing. I can see if you're in a hotel or something and someone dies and you don't have the right clothes and shit with you, but she, had a team of people with her. I think she got wasted. I think she was partying. I think she was up for a long time. It was also told on the news that, I believe it was in my last video, or one of them, that she was not wanted. So now on Twitter, I'm reading somewhere. Oh, here you've got this guy. All right, now, okay, this is a spitting image. This is what Meghan used to look like when she was younger, or what she wants to look like now. Seriously. And that's sick. Apparently, is he a sick little tweeb? Ugh. The Prince of Princess of Wales what do they even, why on earth would at Monarchy UK even be, don't give her any more airtime. She's going to fuck you over in the back. Give it, as Carolyn Rose said, give it 2-3 weeks. It's not going to stop, because the reason why she's there right now is for one reason only: money. Money, because this was her this was her month to earn money for the rest of the year. Think about it. Her podcast, her interviews with like The Cut, with whoever else, all her bullshit. She was supposed to be on some late night show that I don't watch, Fallon or some shit. That guy's about the way you people feel about Scooby. That's how I feel about him. He's a real creep, partisan hack. This was supposed to be her week, and she sat and she was probably throwing a tantrum and partying her ass off and doing blow and the whole nine. And then all of a sudden, she's like, you know what? We're gonna whip some clothes together, and we're gonna go out, and we're gonna see those crowds. We're right here. We can do whatever the fuck we want. I didn't sign anything, as she put it. She never signed. What she means is she didn't sign a non-disclosure. But you can bet she makes everybody that's in her path sign one. You better fucking believe it, right? Right, Megsy? And so you've got that, and you've got her narcissism, and you've got the fact that I think Charles is trying to, somewhere here, he said he didn't want her to do another podcast, I guess. Right here. You know what this means, don't you? So if the king doesn't want her to do any more podcasts and shit like that, what does that mean? It means that he's going to have to pay her off because it means she's going to lose income. Charles, let's not forget, these men, all three of them, have led very, and Meghan for that matter. Meghan is just overly spoiled. They've led very sheltered lives. Very, how do I put it? They don't know what it's like to live in the city like I do. It's just the U.S. Meghan doesn't even know what it's like. I don't think. Yeah. She doesn't know. I don't know that she'd even be welcome here if people really knew some of the crap she pulled. Prince Harry, I don't know what he'd do. It's like he doesn't know what it's like. Meghan's going to hustle King Charles for money. So it's King Charles III. Now, this is Radar Online. I don't know if I believe this. Meghan has been looking for a fucking excuse to get out of work for how long? She puts together 2-3 podcasts. She's probably it took her like 3 years to do that or some shit like that. She's probably dying to get out of having to do any more of these things. All she gets is scrutiny. So I don't know if she's putting this story out here or not. I thought they wanted her to do the podcast. Let her do the damn podcast. They said they wanted her to act and all that shit. She's doing that right now. She just needs to stop talking about the royal family. But if Meghan is putting this out, I think, although I could be wrong, unless I see it coming from somebody else. King Charles will ask aides to lobby Prince Harry to convince Meghan to end the podcast. She's not going to do it. She has a contract she has to fulfill for Charles. Who will be handling then how is she going to get herself released from the contract? It's just not that easy. Well, I'm sorry. My father-in-law said I can't do it anymore. It doesn't work that way. She probably has been given a huge advance. She would have to give that money back. Plus, she doesn't really like to work, and she's not really that popular, despite the fact that those ratings somehow, Meghan is Somonex. Come on. So then my thought would be, and by the way, Dan Wooten is getting more boring by the second. Meghan has nothing interesting that anyone wants to listen to. It's not really that hard. She, in the time that we've known this thing, she's been married more than once, right? She had a Jewish wedding. She could talk about traditions at different religious ceremonies for weddings. That would be like a really huge, interesting podcast. I grew up in a Jewish, Greek, Catholic neighborhood. I would love to know more about other traditions. We went to Greek Matinus, I think it was, and is that what it's called? Forgive me. I think we went to a temple, when we were really little, because the nuns wanted us to experience different crap, it was the 70s and shit. Like that would be interesting. I mean, she could come up with a number of different things. Instead, she wants to do archetypes because it's still me against the world, Charles. I have to do it. No, I mean, she'd have to get out of a Spotify contract. She'd have to probably give them back the money they advanced her um, for all these projects because they did, including Harry's book. That man still has to produce a book. Unless, like I said, Charles would have to give them. Well, actually, it'd have to come from William, and Charles would have to talk William into giving them the money to pay these contracts off. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Really, tell me if I'm wrong. So, how is this even like possible? Oh, now Doria is gonna. I swear to God, if Doria comes over there with two child actors, you know what? And I have to leave town, by the way. And I'm going. I have stuff to. I have. Oh, I don't know how long I'm going to go on. It could. And no, I'm not doing anything for fun. Um, i.e., going camping, which is what I'd love to do. Kind of wanted to do before it gets too cold out. It looks like that's not going to be possible right now. Um, and so, um, you know, I don't know where I'm going to be for this funeral, and I'm going to be bummed out if I can't get any videos done on it, but there's a possibility that could happen because the 19th, yeah, I mean, it's not that long from now, and unfortunately I've got, you know, I've got to leave town, so, um, but, I mean, it's like they're trying to get her back in the royal fold. I mean, he's already said, I hope your life in America is good and you build your new life together. I think that this could be Meghan spiking the deck or whatever, like, because she probably not right now is just like, you know what, maybe I should just stay in like Frogmore and shit with my family and soak up some of this and see what I can do, with Charles and see if he'll let me back doing some of the shit I want to do. And you know but I mean, she'd have to do a reverse course. She'd have to do a 180. She probably owes a shitload of money on that house. She probably can't fucking afford it. So maybe for her, this is her out of the life she thought she wanted that she's been failing in. You get my drift? You know? But I'll tell you this much: if two child actors or whoever the fuck these things are show up with Doria, I don't think we're going to see them. Why the fuck would they be? Let me put it to you this way: this girl has been all over worldwide media just a week ago. Mm, Meghan Markle was happy to leave the royal family to get her social media accounts back. Like, how narcissistic and trivial is this bitch? So think about that. What kind of a brain, she doesn't have any intellect. She doesn't have any depth. She might be a sleazebag. Look at her dad and brother and mother. From that mold. She's cut from that cloth, right? Oh my God. I think it was Lady C that used the word repulsive. Was it repulsive or a word she used to make it? It's like it's such a turn off. And it is. It looks like she's changed this picture up too. Wasn't this black and white? Uh her latest royal attack came during an interview. She admitted that her decision to flee royal life. Now suddenly, the second she misses that she wants the people were just loved her, and she's like, I need to be back with my people. They want me back. I know they did. Now, I think it was MD 102, MB 102, or whatever, thinks that woman with the blonde hair was telling her off. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to go back and you've got some damn fucking good opinions and observations, so I'm going to take a look at that and go back and take a look at that. See the chubbiness? I mean, you don't lose weight that fast. I don't know what this chick is doing. She admitted that her decision to flee royal life as well as launch legal action against her own father. They're both torn apart from both their families. See, honey, we both have rifts with our family. But the second she realized, okay, Elizabeth is gone now, Charles is going to be tied up, Camilla's going to be queen consort, she's going to be kind of tied up. All I have to do is get to William and Catherine. All I have to do is get to the Prince and Princess of Wales, and I can be back. And people want me. They want me here. They love me. They like me. Right? They like me. And this is what that dress looked on her yesterday. And the hair. This is how she looked. My opinions only. Thanks for listening, guys.